I hope my screen is visible now. Hello. Okay. So we discussed.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. In previous session, we discussed about Rayon software, and we done with the title and abstract screening. First, we done removal of duplication. Then we seen the process of how to remove, how to include the articles by title abstract screening. Today, we will go for the full paper screening, full text screening. So then these full text screening and risk of bias options, they are recently added. So even I have not practiced on that, but I will check how this will work, new features. So once we, if you check, then we will get the how Rayan will helpful for full this particular data extraction and risk of bias things. So otherwise, other methods what uh, I have learned previously. So that method I will show here. Also, we will explore data extraction and risk of bias. How this Rayan will supporting for that process. Now today, so I am resuming that particular research activity, that is our title hypertension SRMA systematic review and everything, and we reviewed our data and resolved about duplications. Then we gone through the title abstract screening. Then we also gone through the conflict between two reviewers. So if two reviewers also there is a difference opinion is coming, there is a no conclusion is happening, then the third reviewer and other reviewer will come, and we will solve the conflict of interest between the inclusion of the title abstract screening. Or sometimes we may also keep as it is, maybe, or we can label there inclusion or exclusion decision will be taken only after the full text screening. Sometime that kind of label also we can do in that particular part with labeling option. So now today we will start with full text screening. I will click on the full text screening here. So then it will showing ready for full text screening. Then start by adding articles you want to screen at this phase. So then now generally it is started with the title and abstract screening. So after the title and title abstract screening, now we are going for the full text screening. So now I will click on add articles here. Now it is asking screening for full text. Then it is asking whether included articles, maybe articles, and labeled data. So maybe articles, maybe the maybe opinion articles we resolved by our consensus. If any maybe articles are there, if we are not able to resolve their title abstract screening, if there that paper maybe once again go for the full text screening. But here we have not kept any maybe articles, so there is also, that is also possible. Then label data, some data we are confused, even though title abstract is looking like whether we have to include sometimes or sometime exclude, but still if you have any doubt whether I want to see the full text, then we can label there, label option as I have shown, keep it for the full text review also. That kind of label or any particular labeled data if you want, that can also you review here as a full text. So now I will click on include articles 23 as our final articles 23. Out of 24, we exclude one paper. So that's why our final papers are 23. Then I will click on add. So now the Rayan is importing the all this list of the article. So initially, uh, this interface has changed so many times. Options are also here and there, and new additions are going. Initially, this kind of interface is not there for the attaching the PDF. Only the upload option will be there here. But now they have made the three options. You can click here. You can click here and you can attach the PDF. So if you click here and from the specific folder, you have to download the full articles and you have to upload from the that particular folder. So even one trick I have explained you. So from that particular CSV file, you have to upload and you have to directly have the connection to the PDF file. That kind also, the once the final this title abstract 23 articles list is there, then we have to download full papers and we should keep ready for uploading them with this option attach PDF. So this option is there initially also as a upload. Now if we see here, okay. So one shortcut, if you don't have we have the CSV file of all the papers we cited. But now what I will show one trick here, screening. Now we will go with the screening. So what we will do, what we have done, we have total 24 articles. We excluded the one article, then included the 23 articles. Now I know I need these 23 mm, 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 articles need the full text. So now only for this particular 23 I have to download the full text. So now what I will do, I have included 23 here. You can go with this particular shortcut. Here what you should do, you click on these three dots. First you have to click on screening, then you click on this three dot, then here you click on export. So export, uh, choose files you want to export. Here 24, here I will click filter 0 as we don't have any filters. All references final 24, but even in 24 we have excluded one file. So it is showing all references. So here there is a no option like remove excluded one. It is taking 24. Okay, it is also okay. Later on we can remove that particular PDF as it is not entered in, we excluded in the title abstract screening. So here I will click on export. So then it is showing export format, authors format. It is using first last like that. So it will show the here export option. It will show the format. So as it is preparing I will show. So what I am showing you, so export as a CSV file, then you can upload that CSV file in that particular website. Initially we used to get the PDFs directly with the single click. So that trick we have to do, and you can download the 24 files and mark one which one we have excluded. This particular paper, this particular paper we have excluded. So then you cannot download that particular paper, or you have to mark, then you will not go for that paper for the full text screening. So that thing I want to doing here. So now for full stack text screening I will show here. So other option also we can see, they have added two more options, whether we can directly able to find the full paper. So if I click here DOI, so here also one option is there. So no, we have to download and make the folder, then only we are able to upload the file full text. So DOI is showing only DOI of the, if I click DOI, so here the Rayon does not automatically fetch the articles from the DOI or anything. We should have the PDF, then only we will go with the full text screening. That's why this option is better. For example, I will complete that process, then only you are able to understand. So I will click here export. So but why it is not, initially it is showing. Yes, this one I have missed. File format, which format I want to export. So I want CSV file, because we know our full text abstraction, that particular tool works with the CSV. Now what I will do, the CSV format I will export. So but it is not downloading anywhere, whether in my library it is having. Yes, here it is showing. 17.6. Here we can, here we can download. Here now it is downloading. Can you see here? Can you see here? Here it is downloading. What I am looking, what is the mistake I have done? I am simply seeing here. If I click here, what I have done, I have click here screening, and I have clicked the export and other things, but I am looking for downloading here. Here in Rayon directly it will not download in the desktop. We have to go with my library. My library, it is downloaded in the folder of exports. So then click on the folder, then open, then here you click, and if you click here download, then only it will download in the computer. So is it clear? So now I have downloaded the CSV file. CSV file I have downloaded. From screening, I have exported 24 articles CSV file, because I need the 24 articles full text screening. Even though we excluded one as a export, it is taking 24. No problem. We will remove later on that one. So now CSV of 24 articles file is there with me. Then what I will do, I will once again go with this particular PDF finder from the CSV. So then once again I will click on my email address, then choose CSV file. So this one, this result, this particular one I have downloaded from the Rayan. Then I will click here. So that is not, as it is come in under the, as it is downloaded as the zip file. So I will open the zip file. Then I will click here articles, and I will go the open. Can you see here this 24 list displaying 24 articles? So directly we got the PDF attachment from the this particular title abstract screening 24 articles. Then what we can do, so we can see here excluded one. Which one we excluded? So this particular randomized placebo control single blind armal holy basil leaves. So this one we excluded. So that's why we can see here that particular study, we should not download that particular paper because we have excluded in the title abstract screening. So that thing we should keep in mind. So excluded, we have excluded those. So that's why we should not download that particular paper from the this particular portal. So now what I will do, this particular author initial name and year. So one of the best feature for this website is it is taking initial author name and year of the publication. So this format we need to save the PDF. So many a time we need this, even though it is automatically taking the initial name and year. So what I will do, I will first what I will do, I will copy the file name. I will click on copy, then find the PDF. And what I will do, I will click here. So whether it has PDF, so here it has a PDF. So I will click here. So this particular paper don't have the free access. So that's why what we have to mention, we are maintaining some document, we are maintaining the law. So then what we should do, we have to mention there full text is not available. Then what we should do, we can contact the authors, we can mail the authors, or if any this village library is there with any other access for this particular library, someone has our colleagues, then we can send this DOI or this article, and we can request them for full text availability. So this one we mentioned in the Excel sheet here. Here also we can add other things in Excel sheet. So for this particular paper, we don't have the full text. So this is first one. Then for second one, what I will do, I will copy the name and I will find the PDF. So this Vijay Sara, this particular paper, this is also not available as it is only cited by some 40 people are cited this particular paper, but it is not available openly. So that's why we are also go with the this particular paper. Whether it is not available, then we can go with the searching, or we can request the authors, or you can search in the Google also. But even I don't find this paper. I have searched because this one old paper maybe. Sometimes go in Google Scholar. If it is not available, we can search in the food diabetes department of pharmacology whether it is same. So no, so this is not the same paper. So then we have to mention the paper is not available, then we should contact the author. So second one is also not available. The first one is because it is paid version. Second one is the data is not available as it is from the 2005 data, so old one. So that time many databases or journals may not fetch this particular paper. Then third one, I will what first you have to copy the name. Then I will click on the this particular Mohan V 1998. So this particular paper is also not available. So we will get the in Prisma flowchart. You have the one option whether retrieved, how many reports you retrieved or not retrieved. That we have to mention in spite of contacting the author and other methods applied also, then the full test is not available. Then this is also not available because this is more older. Then what I will do, I will go with this one. I will click on the I will click. So we are it is loading. So here if I click, so it is asking me many a times we are. So one, two, three initial paper, three papers we didn't get the full text. The fourth one we are trying. It is taking time. Whether my internet is. So this is from journals. That's why it is taking time. Diabetes journals. It is verifying. And PDF is available in ResearchGate also. So I will click on here. So effect of supplementation of this particular newly detected diabetes patient. So I got the PDF, but this is OCR format. So I will anyhow download for the purpose of demonstration. Even it is okay, no problem with the OCR. But here that particular PDF option is there in the there that is connected to this diabetes journal. This supplementation of Yersinia caudifolia extract newly detected. So here also you can download if download option is there. So, no, this particular paper we cannot download because maybe this is paid one. But anyhow, I have got the paper with the in the ResearchGate. So which paper we got? One reback. This one we got the this paper. Now what I will do immediately. What is this effect of this paper downloaded? This one. I will immediately rename it as I have copied the that particular name. So even with uh, initial name that is 2008, I will do the naming there only because later on we will not able to do properly because once we forgot, so always it will be problematic. Then I have downloaded one paper and I have named it as a initial first author and year. Then I will show another one here. I think this one is also not available. I have already seen. So I will go with the a recent paper for demo purpose. What I will do, this paper maybe uh, we will get. So I will copy the name first, then I will find the paper. The clinical investigation of citrulus, this one. So I will click here. Then here PDF option is available. But as it is paid one, so once again it is not uh, uh, able to download. We can mark it in the our log. This is paid one. From which publisher we have to contact that one. Then so I will try with another. I will find this particular paper for demo purpose. If I found two paper also, it is okay. Then I will click here. So this particular paper I will download. So I have downloaded. Then what I will do. So specifically what we have to do, we have to create one folder and we should directly download the PDF from that particular folder only. But I am just showing it is randomly. But we have to create dedicate folder. But there is a many space, many folder in my computer. That's why I'm not creating more folders. So this one, Pingali Usharani 2014, we have downloaded this one. You have to make the name, initial name and year. So we downloaded two paper. So I will cut and I will add here in the already I have the folder. So then what I will do, now I will close this particular downloading website because you got the idea how to download the papers. Then I will cut here. I will close the all windows. Now I will go with the full text screening. So as you now know how to upload the full papers. So we have to attach the full papers. So two papers we have downloaded. I will attach that particular papers only. Which one we have downloaded that particular paper? I will see once again. The first one, effect of supplementation of Coccinia cordifolia extract. So these paper are not available. So which one? So we check whether we are uploading that particular paper on there only or not. So effect of, because of continuous screening, I am not able to capture immediately brightness of screen. Can anyone see where is that particular study able to diabicon this one maybe Cautionia cordially extract this one. So I will attach here. I will go here. So this one Rebecca. So I will upload here. So I will click here, continue. So the full text is added. So once again, you have to check whether this is same paper we are adding with that particular. Then if you click import, then the paper full text is imported in here. You see here, you can see attached. So another paper, which one we have downloaded, that is author Pingali Usharani. So here Pingali Usharani, I will click on here, then I will attach the PDF. So I will click continue. Then once again I will click. It is not one. I will click continue. It will take some cause of PDF thing. I will click on import. So it will take time. Be sure whether it is attached or not. So when the PDF is attached, then it is shows like attached. I hope this process, all of you got this particular process, how to extract the CSV file, from CSV file, how to download the PDFs and upload here from the our folder. So consider all paper we have uploaded like this. Then what we should do, we attached file we should open here. So we will click on that, then paper will open here in the same interface Ryan only. So it is taking this some time. So just I wanted to show you process. So for example, this paper is opened. So I will go through all the sections of this particular research paper. I will read as title abstract we read, but here whole paper we will read, and we will take the decision whether this particular paper should be included our study or not, based on inclusion and exclusion criteria and uh, criteria made by us, whether it is suitable for us or not. Based on that, whether paper sometimes in abstract they have mentioned this has been concluded, we got the result, but in when we see the paper, they if they does not mention the certain data, so then whether we have to include or not, so that kind of decision we can take by seeing the whole paper. So now for process purpose, I will click on the include. So the same thing like title and abstract scanning, the other options are there. If you are excluding, give the reason why you are excluding. You are including, there is no need of giving the reason. Then maybe if any conflict is there, if confusion is there, you can give the maybe, and you can also give the label also. For this particular paper, something is missing, everything is okay, some data is missing, we have to contact. So if you want to create any label, you can create the label. Then for example, I will demo purpose, I will click here include. I will include this particular paper. Then another paper I have attached, so I will go click here, then it will open PDF here only. It is taking some time. So paper is open. So I will go this particular paper, and I will check once again whether it is suitable for our study or not. Then we will take the decision, include, exclude, and other thing. So I will click include for demo purpose. Like this, all are the 23 articles we have to upload the PDF, and we have to take the decision. So here it completes the full text screening. Here some papers may we exclude also. From 23 we may exclude some papers. For example, 3 or 4 papers we may exclude in the this particular full text screening. Sometimes the papers are not available immediately as they are paid one or not accessible. Then rather than mm, excluding directly them, we can keep it as a maybe, and you can give the give the label full text, full text pending, or full text try. We are trying, we are written the email, or we are trying to get the paper. So later on also we can keep that papers in our folder. If after some time, also after waiting for some time, but we will move on the next process. But after some time also we are not able to get the full text, then we will exclude that papers, and we will give the reason we are not able to retrieve the full text. So that kind also we should do the full text screening. Now I hope the full text screening is understood. Hello, hello, is it okay up to this? Okay, we will next move on the data extraction. Then sometimes what happens when we data downloaded from the Rayan, it will goes email us, our email will get the notification from there. Also we will download the our file, because here, can you check my email, the registered email? So can you see here the Rayan? So you are exporting the a file trying. So by here, if I click here, the file will download. So we have to see here. So many times we will look here only, but it is not there. So when you click on the export, it will comes to your mail, or it will there in the your my library section of the Rayon. So now after the full stack, consider now we all for all papers we done the full text abstraction. Then next step is data extraction. So I will click on the data extraction. Whether see we will whether this have which kind of options. Even I doesn't explore these two options, because recently 10-15 days I think when I have seen these two options are added in the Rayon. So I have clicked on the extraction, data extraction, and I will click here data articles. Then I will include articles, as I have included only two. For demo purpose, I will selecting this option. So then I will click on the add data extraction. So here, so like this, all the papers list, you will get the name in the this particular column. So now here, for data extraction, what is data extraction, why we will do the data extraction, I will explain that one before doing this exercise. Just a minute, I am switching my uh, thing. Just I will take 1 minute break.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Just for some in between emergency, I have paused the. So now, before
Okay.
doing the data extraction, so I will show what is the data extraction, some theoretical background so that you will understand why data extraction concept is there. So, so here, if you see this beginner guide, so I will show some theoretical concepts. Then we will able to understand data extraction. So once full text article is identified, and if we include in the systematic review, then we will go with the data extraction. So generally the data fall into following four categories: methodological and study quality and intervention descriptions and outcome measures. So then according to this, we will extract the information from the study related to characteristics, methodology, population, intervention, and outcomes. So we will extract data related to these information that will help later on for us for qualitative synthesis, and if we will also see whether the meta analysis is possible with this kind of things, the outcomes. So that's why the data extraction will done. For example, if randomized controlled studies if we included, the outcome may be sometimes expressed as the continuous outcome, or sometimes as a risk ratio or odds ratio. So that's why the according to our question, whether we have included RCT or non-RCT or observational studies, the data extraction the needed for that is vary. So good practice for data extraction. So these are some points they have mentioned. So data extraction should be always present the primary data as reported in the primary study. So if any corrections or transformations are needed, they should be present additionally so that all data accessible for the primary study. For example, what is the mean of this? We have to express same way as for primary study. One of the paper, they have mentioned weight increased or weight changed in the some other units, uh, then but we are transferred that particular weight in the kilogram, then that particular additional column should be there. They have mentioned in the LB, but we have converted in the kilogram. So the separate column should be there. So, for example, if someone mentioned height, if our study outcome is we needed height, they mentioned in the meter or inches or any other unit, but we changed that one for our study purpose, for uniformity purpose. Then you have to add additionally column, and you have to maintain the transferred or correction format in that particular uh, paper. But primarily presented data should be reported in the data extracted column. So, so descriptions, standard deviation calculation. So we will see in the research paper. I will show one paper, then all this concept will be clear. So details of pre-tested extraction form, if any pre-tested data extraction form. So initially what it is advisable, we will do the some initial data extraction file, and we extract 4 to 5 articles with that particular data extraction format. Then we will confirm whether we are collecting all required data or not. So those kind of pilot work should be done. That is advisable because we don't want to miss any important and relevant data extraction. So how we can extract the data? So generally data collection forms. So generally Google Forms we can use, or we can use in the uh, Excel also, or other softwares are there. but they are paid one. So this format reviewer, title, study id, and general information, so they have given general format. So like this we can take the headings and we can extract the data. So now I will show some of the files, data extraction files, so you will get the idea. So this is one of the previous work participation we tried for the learning purpose. So here we made the this kind of data wanted for. This is randomized control trial, the intervention related to probiotics and other things in the mean duration of the diarrhea. So first you have to identify the study id, year of publication. We mention the headings in the first row, then which heading we want, it will depends on the our need. And most of the studies needs the some common data, so that's why we have to make the heading, and we will go one by one papers, and we will extract the data from the that particular paper. For example, first study id we want. In study id what will be there? The first initial, author name and year of publication. Then second column, year of publication. Then country, from which country that is published, the study taken in which country we have to mention. Then study design. So in paper they will mention the study design, whether that is randomized control trial or single arm study. So that we have to read and mention here. For this particular paper, we have to open the PDF, then we have to enter these information one by one. Total sample size, how much sample size they have mentioned? They have mentioned 120. Setting, they have in methodology they will tell in hospital based study, this is a hospital based study. Then we taken the setting, whether it is hospital based or whether it is community based or whether it is field trial. So that kind of information data we have to fetch, and we have to mention here the study duration mentioned in that particular paper, 5 days. Age group they have included, that we have to see and we have to enter here. Then the sex or gender, which particular gender they have done, whether they have taken both male and female, then we can write it as a mix. If you see the section in the paper methodology, they will mention both gender will be allotted, so then it will be mixed one. Then study population inclusion and exclusion criteria, what they have mentioned in the their paper. If you take the any research paper, clinical paper, they have the inclusion and exclusion criteria for their original study. So that one inclusion criteria what they have mentioned, exclusion criteria what they have mentioned, we have to copy paste or we have to take that data from full that paper, and we have to mention here. Then baseline characters, whether the baseline characters are similar or matchable for that particular study. We will see the tables in the descriptive study tables and the statistical study tables. They are mentioned the things. Then based on by seeing that particular result, we will write whether the baseline variables or characteristic are matching or not. We will take for example the age of age mean 23 plus or minus they will mention. So based on that we will check whether the baseline age is similar or not, whether is matching, whether the gender is matching, weight, the baseline characteristic before or baseline characteristic we will see in the result, the statistical section. Then we will give the whether the baseline characters are balanced or not, so whether baseline character itself is a variated. So that kind of things we will see. If you will see one or two paper, I will show where exactly we will see. Just for process purpose I am showing. So intervention, which intervention they are used in that particular paper, that has to be given in the this particular column. So this particular paper use the lactic acid bacteria, so we have to mention. Then which control or comparison group this particular taken, so they have taken the placebo, so we have to mention. Then outcome measures diarrhea duration, stool frequency. But here if you take the hypertension example, what we will do, we will take the outcome measurement as a systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure, our major outcome, whether they have mentioned or not, or along with systolic and diastolic blood pressure they have mentioned any arterial mean blood pressure or any other test, blood investigation related to hypertension, so that also we have to uh, Q in the outcome measurement methods. Then measurement methods, how they have taken here, as it is deals with the diarrhea, they have maintained the stool diary. But in for hypertension measurement method, we maintain the monitoring of the blood pressure. So that kind of things we will check in the paper, and we will enter appropriate data here. So randomization method, how the blinding they have done, whether the blinding is done or not, so that one. And any other biases, when you read the paper, if you feel any biases is there, so many type of biases are there. So generally we will sampling bias randomization, so whether they have done or not. So based on that, the types of biases are there. So we will, if we feel any bias is there in this particular paper, then we can mention that. We will see which kind of biases are there. I will show the next one. Then the results of outcome and conclusion, what the conclusion they have given, whether the probiotics diarrhea reducing the duration or not. Like in hypertension example, whether that particular paper telling their intervention is reducing blood pressure or not. So then what are the limitations they have mentioned in their particular research paper. Many paper they will mention limitations. We have small sample size, or this particular things we are not able to do, that is the our limitation. So that limitation you have to copy paste here, or you can enter here. Any conflicts of interest they have mentioned. So then funding related thing is any this their study is funded by any is institute or sponsor, that is also you have to mention. So overall quality appraisal by seeing paper, so what is the quality of that particular paper, we have to mention. The quality appraisal is the broader term. Next I will explaining that concept only. So this is about data extraction. So we can create this kind of uh, worksheet. Then we will enter one by one by seeing the papers, going to the papers. So we can also extract these information with AI also. We have to provide PDF, and we have to provide this Excel sheet, the a black one, only heading will be there. Then if you give the prompt, the based on that PDF, it will extract the things and enter the things in the this particular columns. But that is once again it is not 100% correct. So it will around 70 to 80% it will do work. So our supervision is needed. Once again we have to cross check that whether the AI chat GPT has taken the properly the things or not. So other softwares are also there to do these things, but they are more technically difficult as I've seen. So demoing is also that is very difficult. We need the lot of API keys. So purchasing the API keys and the session, they are all online based one. So if one time if you done the data extraction, it will not be saved in the anywhere, we have to download. So that is also not practically feasible, but later on I will show some AI tools. So if you want, you can purchase, but they are paid one. There also we can do the data extraction with using the AI. But any tool we use in a one chat GPT, we can also use freely. But the AI tools are not 100% correct. Our AI plus human intervention is needed to data extraction process. But AI tool will help reduce our stress, and we can simply supervise and check whether it is extracted correct or not. So that thing we can do. And this data extraction process is also be independently done by the two reviewers. I will also go with all the papers and I will extract data, and another reviewer should also go all the papers sequentially. Then they have to mention extract all the data. Then we should compare whether the similar things we have done, or if any conflict is there, once again we will sit and our the mismatch wherever we don't have similarity, then we will discuss and we can made the conclusion. So this is about data extraction. So directly, if you don't want to enter here, so we can create the Google form also, where the Google form also we can, if we enter in the Google form, that will automatically takes the things in the Google sheet. So that is also one of the easiest way. Where so symbols has changed by Google. So, or I will show with my previous one also. So here we can give the data extraction form for the our SRMA. So like that we have to give title and we have to give the description, and we should add the questions. So the same questions we can add by study ID, read the paper and enter the study ID. Study ID. So the first reviewer, what they will do, they will go with the first paper and they will enter the study ID. Then it will automatically link with the sheets. So the that is also easy way to the extraction. So rather than going directly sheets, if you create the Google form with these particular headings, then that is also more easy. I will show previous one. I have we filled this while participated in this particular workshop. So they have made this kind of workshop, this kind of Google form. They have sent us all to papers, and so we have done that one. Study ID. Can you see here? So this kind of things we give the details here. Then we will record. If you are 5 to 6 reviewer, we will record our email address, and here as we participated in that particular, so they have mentioned our name. Here we can mention reviewer's name. For example, how many reviewers are there, my name or any other uh, teachers or researcher joining with me, so their name we have to add as a this particular option, drop down option. We all know how to do this in the Google form. Then we have to mention the study ID, enter the last name of primary or corresponding author, and identify the year. So they have given already list. Our task is we have to select one study and we done this task. Then here of publication, then country, study design, we give the question study design, then option they have to mention. If I they click randomized control study, that will indirectly entering in the Excel sheet. So this is how we can create the Google form for the data extraction. Then later on we will see. So this kind of output will be there. So that is more easy for data extraction. So this is how we can use simple Google form and Excel sheet for the data extraction. So I hope this is easy way. Even here also Rayan also, now you will see Rayan. Now you are able to understand the Rayan. So what it is asking, click on plus button to add the question. So whether here add question, I will click. So column title, what is it is asking, column title is asking. So what I will do, so I will copy, paste the same one. Question, what is this column title? So I need study ID means what? So for that I have one descriptions. I will open that one. I have created in the chat GPT. So that is AI based. So many AI tools ask this kind of thing. So we have to give the full details. Then only they will understand. For example, study ID. Study ID. I will copy. I already copied study ID. What is instruction or question? Study identification, author and year. So I will what I will do. I will click here. Study identification, author and year. Answer type, whether it is free text, number or any specification. I will click on the free text. Next, what I will do, whether it is required question or not, we have to select here. Then select group under. So I will do once again. It is not saved. I will copy study ID. Whether my audio screen is visible, audio is clear, please confirm me. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Whether my audio and screen is audio clear, video screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, okay. So just I am copy pasting because lack of time. I have created that for my chat GPT. So Ryan is asking the same way. Column title, what you need, study ID, then which the question, then answer type. I want free text, group under. So what is this? I don't know. Group under, select group under, search group under, title. Why is not taking? So even I have using this particular thing from the first time in the Rayon. I have not done with the Rayon. I will explore. So I will copy paste this one here. Question, answer type full text. Then sometimes maybe I don't know whether this option is for uh, uh, option is for paid version. Also, I am not able to. Since if it is paid version, it will show upgrade. So I will try with another one, that is publication year. Column, I want publication year. What is there? Year of publication we need. Question, select answer type, numbers, as publication year is numbers. Select group under. So this one is not showing. So just a minute, I will try. Otherwise, I will show with the another AI tool, because I have not explored this one with the Rayon. Just I am trying. Numbers. Select group under. So which required question I will need it. So it is asking select group under, I am not able to understand which select group under which group it is asking. Group under means which group, I am not able to understand that one. So I will click here. I will do once again. So this is how we will explore the things. Even I, this is new feature added and I have not done because after the full text only we are able to do that thing. That's why I'm directly doing here based on the knowledge of other softwares. So I am trying here required. So this particular option I am not getting whether it is for paid version or what. So select group under which I am not uh, able to. Yes, group under. So we have to mention group under. So just for demo purpose, I will enter under RCT or so. So just I don't know which what purpose it is asking group under, whether it is asking for PICO group, whether it is under the population intervention or so like that or what. So but for demo purpose, I have entered RCT, then I will click the add question. So can you see here study ID? It is added like this. Add question. Next one. I will go with the other things for demo purpose only. Then I need the study design. What is there in the what is the study design? So I want what is the study design? Free text. So so once again I will click RCT only. So for adding the question. So here can you see there is an option extract data. I will click and I will explore here whether it is able to do or not. So here can you see here auto extraction option is there. I will click here auto extraction. So available with an institutional license. Can you see here auto extraction is a part of research pilot TM. So here in free version uh, it is not available for the auto. So what I will do, I will just join with the, so I will give my details as they may give some free version later on as they are also testing this one. So initially they are testing this one. So we can also, if you are using, just give your details they may consider. So as I opened, I am entering here only. I have submitted. Then so this is about data extraction, but here if automatic option is not there, then what I will do, I will manually, we can also add whether I will try. So no, manually also I am not able to type here. So now for Rayan, up to full text screening we will do with the free version. Data extracting it needs the paid version. So that how I have understood from this particular practical experience. So this is about Rayan. Anyhow, I have shown the data extraction with the this particular Excel, uh, Google form also we will enter the things and we will extract the data. So this is about data extraction. So in ChatGPT also I will show how we can do this particular data extraction. That is one of the projects I have done. Paper extraction, data extraction table. For example, what I have done, one free version. So how to make these projects? I have explained in the my AI in research, that one. What I have done, I have given the instruction to ChatGPT to make a project. So the instruction I have uploaded the Excel sheet with this particular heading, study idea, author year, and everything. So it will do everything in the same manner. So now what I will do, I will add one paper in front of you. So how it will extract data according to that particular. So I will add one paper here, randomized this particular paper. I will give once again according to instruction. So this particular paper, it will extract the data. Can you see here? It is study identified Saroj 2022, author's name and year, country India, sample size at baseline 50, treatment group sample size 25 random, 23 analyzed, control group sample size 25 randomized, 23 analyzed, mean age of years not reported. So ChatGPT is saying they have not reported male female ratio 28 males are there, female count not explicitly reported. So okay, then exact Ayurvedic intervention name, self-formulated Ayurveda formulation containing Sarpagandha, Arjuna, Shunti. So this one is taken from the paper. Then dose, 2 capsule, 500 mg each. Control, the Ayurveda formulation alone, group A versus Ayurvedic formulation plus Nidana Parivarjana. What they have done, they have done one group for the giving the formulation alone. For other group, they have added along with formulation Nidana Parivarjana. So duration they have given 30 days. The primary outcome they have mentioned change in the systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure. Then mean outcome, uh, what is the mean outcome? Group B, final SBP 136, 140.174, diastolic blood pressure. This one, standard deviation given for the treatment group. So this one, SBP plus or minus 5.449 for diastolic blood pressure. This one. So standard deviation, it has calculated effect measure not explicitly reported as mean. Adverse events, this paper does not mention any adverse effect. Then author's conclusion, Ayurveda formulation with Nidana Parivarjan was more effective than the single alone primary hypertension. Then source of location. So this have given the things. So ChatGPT is also doing better thing as I have given instruction, but anyhow we have to cross verify. For example, the same paper I will open here side by side. Blindly we cannot trust the ChatGPT, or even though if you cross verify, we will confident how much it is correctly taking. So this paper I have uploaded in the ChatGPT. Can you see here? Study identifier author here. So can you see here? Study identifier author here. Uday Raj Saroj, and this is the initial author, then it has taken Saroj as a last name, the first author's last word, then the year of publication, so 2022. So published 2022, it has taken the 2022 correctly. Then author and year. So author I have already shown you here. The authors are Uday Saroj UR, that has taken. Then Verma K, so that has taken initial. Then Harish uh, Bakuni H. So it has taken properly in the shorter version. Then country India, as this paper is from the India. So the paper itself is study conducted in the India. It has taken the correct. Then study design, randomized interventional open label. So I have given the prompt like give the references. That's why in between these things are coming. So randomized interventional, whether it is single arm or double arm, we will see here. Maybe it is single, double arm, maybe open label clinical trials. So study design, we will see here paper. So here material objectives. Uh, so randomized the two equal groups. Randomization is there. So randomized uh, uh, is there. Study design randomized. Here abstract also they will mention actually methods. Two arm. Here two arm open label clinical trial. So that's why it is taken as interventional. So it is taken the properly randomized intervention two arm open label clinical. So this is also correctly taken by the ChatGPT. Then total sample size at the baseline. How many people they have taken? They have taken group A and group B. That is, the study was conducted on 50 clinically diagnosed patients of Vanabala Vishwamata, that is hypertension. So baseline sample is 50. That is total sample size. So 50. Treatment group sample size. How many they have taken? 25 patients each other. A and B having 25 each other. So here ChatGPT is also taken properly. Correct. 25 randomized for the treatment group and 25 randomized the control group. The second one is 23 analyzed. 23 analyzed. What is mean that? So they may later on given loss of follow up that particular uh, uh, two participants. So that's why that is taking 23. We have to confirm whether analyze 23. Why 23? Whether they have mentioned. Can you see here? So 23 patient had proposed 20 patients. So they have mentioned 23 patient like that. So we will look whether the loss of follow off is there, whether any things are there. So that's why it is taking, but we have to ensure. But as it is, the screen is very short, I am not able to identify that particular thing. But this is the idea how to cross verify the thing. So then mean year, they have not mentioned mean year. Mean year of this particular is not reported. So in descriptive data, whether they have mentioned or not. So they are not mentioned mainly the descriptive data. That's why the mean age is not taken from the ChatGPT. Then male female ratio, whether they have mentioned in somewhere method, they have mentioned male and female, or descriptive statistics also they may mentioned, or even in results also they may mention. That's why it is taking the 28 males, but they have not given the females. Then we have to calculate, see this particular this chart, if we see, then everything will be mentioned. So total assessment 200 they have taken, randomized 50, then allocation 25 they have given. I will open in the full form only, then only it is easy. Then last of follow up, two people are last of follow up from 25. Here also two people are last of followed. Then each group has 23. So that's why it is mentioned properly in ChatGPT. So that's why it has taken 25 random, 23 analyzed. So based on that particular chart, it has taken properly. Then like this, if you cross verify whether the chat GPT has taken or not, we have to go with the entire paper. And here for full text screening, we are gone with this entire paper. Then it is more easy. 2 or 3 times we are going for the single paper for full text screening, then data extraction and risk of bias analysis. So that's why at initial stage it may take time, but along with help of chat GPT, the work is reducing. Only what we are doing, we are checking whether it is taken properly or not. So intervention formulation, it has given 2 capsule 500 mg each. Then if you see the paper, so they have mentioned in the intervention group what they are taking. So they will mention in the administration of group, that is group A is taking 2 capsule 500 mg each twice with lukewarm water. So whether it is also mentioned same thing, 2 capsule 500 mg is twice daily with the lukewarm water before meals for 30 days. So around 70 to 80% it is taking the things properly, but to make it 100% sure, we have to do the check the manually also by the one by one. So this is all about the data extraction. Manually you can create Google form or the simple Excel, or you can also go with the Ryan, but that is paid one. But in chat GPT, using how we can extract the data from single paper, but here one by one paper we have to upload, here plus sign, then we have to check and we have to copy paste in the directly Excel file also. So that is also more convenient for the data extraction. So next comes the risk of bias assessment. So I will take some theoretical concept. So actually risk of bias assessment and this quality appraisal. So that has some theoretical concept. If you go very in detail, it will be confusing. I will take only important concept that will be helpful for our work, SRMA work के लिए. So that is enough or more sufficient, that concept, if we are able to understand. So that's why I'm not going with the more theoretical things. I have made all the concept I have studied, and whatever questions are there, I have compiled and made the single slide. So here you can able to understand what is the mean of quality assessment, or risk of bias, or quality appraisal. So first we have to clear this concept, reporting guidelines. So these reporting guidelines used by the authors, those conducting the primary research. For example, I am conducting particular drug on the particular drug effect on the hypertension or any disease, then I will use this particular guidelines while reporting my study. That is for consult guidelines for the randomized trials, stroke for the observational study, care for the case reports, spirit for the this clinical trial protocols. So these guidelines, we know these are the guidelines followed by the individual authors, while conducting the study appropriate for their study design, they are reporting their study according to these guidelines. So that will help authors to report their research correctly. So assess the quality of the study in their level, primary study level. But here in systematic review and meta-analysis, we are not using these guidelines because these are for primary research. The people are already published the papers. Our unit of study is papers, research papers, data. Then it is not like that. If their papers are published in the good journals or index journals, still there is a risk of some quality compromise or risk of certain things, and that's why we have to once again check the quality of that particular research paper included in our systematic review. So there we call this particular term quality appraisals or quality of the included papers or risk of bias tools. So this concept will come here. So here what we will do, so quality appraisal is a broader term. To check quality, we use the number of tools. The Cochrane's use the risk of bias tools. The JB is also giving the quality appraisal tools. CASP, CASP is also providing the certain tools. And even many people are developed certain tools to assess the quality of included papers in the systematic review and meta-analysis. So most generally we will use the ROB, that is this Cochrane ones. ROB for the randomized trial, ROB1 for non-RCT, then this case and court के लिए न्यू कोस्टल ओटावा स्केल, so non randomization के लिए Robbins one, CODA. So n number of tools are there, they are validated to check the quality of the included paper. The researcher, we are free to choose any tool, whether we will go with the ROB or Cochrane's ROB tools or JBI's tools or CASP tools or any other tools validated for checking the quality of that particular study designs papers included in our study. So this is about quality or risk of bias tools, including the quality appraisals. So what is Prospero? Prospero is protocol for, this is guidelines, reporting guidelines for the systematic review and meta-analysis. So Prospero is it is register. We are registrating protocol registration one. We are registering protocol in the Prospero, but here the guidelines, reporting guidelines is Prisma. So Prisma, we have also discussed the things, that is we are conducted the SRMA according to Prisma. Prisma is not conducting guidelines; it is reporting guidelines. So. Uh, uh, so instead of writing we are conducted with the Prisma guidelines, no, we are conducted our systematic reviews with the guidelines of Cochrane's or JBI or any other evidence synthesis body. Many evidence synthesis bodies are there. The organization or giving guidelines to conduct systematic review or evidence synthesis methods. We have to mention that one. We are conducted systematic review according to guidelines of Cochrane or JBI, and uh, uh, sequentially then we reported our systematic review with the reporting guidelines of Prisma 2022. So this is the brief concept regarding the reporting guidelines for primary research, reporting guidelines for the Prisma is reporting guidelines for the our systematic review, and for quality checking we use the number of tools, whether they are maybe a Cochrane tools or JBI tools or CASP tools or many other tools are there. The that kind of tool. So this is about quality assessment thing. So another one. So this is not related. So this one, this particular thing. So many a times you will come with quality assessment, risk of bias, critical appraisal. So sometimes we feel whether all are same or whether they are synonyms. So whether we can use interchangeably. They look like similar, and they are checking for the overall quality only, but somewhat little difference is there in between these three terms. So quality appraisal is the overall evaluation. Quality assessment, how well done the studies papers, how they have done, how well done. But risk of bias is more focusing on the can we trust the result. So that is the meaning of the risk of bias. But overall, all these things are related to check the general thing, that is the quality of the paper only. So how well the study done in the uh, quality assessment, risk of bias, whether the results they have mentioned in their papers, in for example, we seen this particular paper, so whether they have mentioned this kind of this much systolic blood pressure is reduced, diastolic blood pressure is reduced, whether that is can we trust that result. So how to check that particular things? So we have the tools, that is especially ROB. So because bias may happens in the many things, while randomization process, allocation process, blinding, incomplete outcome data, selective reporting, other biases due to the confounding and other things, the bias may enter into the trial. So why the given result, whether it is due to the bias or not, we will check with the ROB tools, risk of bias tools, to check the biases. So I will not go theory, random error, systematic error, those the random error, systematic error, because conceptually I will not go there. But what we have to see here, we see here whether we have to trust result. So we have tools, questionnaire tools is nothing but they have mentioned some questions. If we go through the research papers and if we go on answering that particular question, the grading will come whether the given results or paper is low grade or high grade, or so that kind of result will come if you follow the risk of bias tool. So critical appraisals means it is a complete evaluation. It will covers the all internal validity, external validity, risk of bias, everything quality appraisal. But risk of bias mainly focuses on the internal quality or internal validity of the result. So if you go with the risk of bias chapter, it is very vast. We don't need that much for here. Practical application, we should know overall quality checking concepts are there. Quality critical appraisal or quality appraise, it will see overall thing. But Cochrane recommends the risk of bias checking with the risk of bias tools. There are a lot of tools are there. Robbins one, type 2, one for non-randomized, two for randomized. So we are ultimately using the product tools for assess the quality. So no need to confusion about these terms. What is the exact difference and other things are there for the here. So that is final outcome. For example, here, can you see here? Randomized control trials, Robinson's 2. So this tool is using non-randomized intervention study. Robinson's one is case called a new Ottawa scale. So finally, we are using some tools and checking the quality of the included paper. So that's is final. So this concept we will not go in detail and make the confusion. The final practical point we need is we are analyze our research paper by using different kind of tools based on study type. Where if I am including in my SRMA only randomized control trial, we use the Robbins this particular 2.0. This is from Cochrane only. Robinson's risk of bias. The name is there. So I will use this one. If I am including randomized and non-randomized both studies in my systematic review, then for randomized trials, I will use ROB20. For non-randomized studies, I will use the Robinson one. So it depends on our inclusion. So based on that, we will select. I will show in the website also. They are free to use and we can select based on our uh, needed study type. We will go for the selection of the tools. So I hope this is clear. Tools, risk of bias analysis tools. So I will go with the website. ROB. First I will show JBI. So JBI tools. If you go with this here, the many tools are there. Analytical cross-sectional studies, assessment of risk of bias for the analytical cross-sectional studies, case reports, cohort, prevalence studies, randomized control studies. So for randomized control studies, so they have given the checklist. So if you go with this particular uh, JBI tool, then is it okay? It is not like that. You can use JBI or ROB of Cochrane's. So you are free to use. So this is JBI tool. So here you go on one by one questions. What true randomization used for assessment of participant to treatment groups? So by seeing the methodology section, the randomization is conducted, how they have conducted, they mentioned, then the whether they are mentioned proper randomization process, the computer generated or block randomization, or so that kind of, by seeing that, if you feel yes, that randomization is truly done, then you click on yes, or otherwise no. So like this, each and every question, around 15 or 14 questions are there in JBI. So we will go one by one, and we will, for example, was appropriate statistical analysis used? For example, if they are measuring the continuous outcome, then if they are applying the improper statistical test, then that will also be used. So whether they have explained the normally distributed is there, also statistical analysis. So we have to, for outcome one, many outcome will be there in the single study. So that's why for outcome one, outcome two, they have given the many options. So this is about around 13 are there. So this particular checklist if you use, then we can assess. This is for one particular research paper. So for like this, each and every research paper we have to check for the things. So this is about JBI tools. Then I will show ROB tools. These are done by risk of bias tools by the Cochrane. So here can you see here ROB2 to for the randomized trial. So many revisions they are, so these are freely available. So for demo purpose, what I will do, I have downloaded already one, this one Robinson's 2 or 2 tool, and I have marked something what should be mentioned there. So I will show that one. JBI I have shown you. I have downloaded and I have marked the certain things what to fill on there. So I will use that one. This is Robinson's Cochrane's risk bias of tool for randomized trial ROB2. So can you see here? So this is ROB. So you have to mention here study details, reference, whether study is an individual randomized parallel group trial or cluster one or individual randomized crossover. So you have to mention generally individual randomized parallel group trial is there. If the study is cluster randomized, then you have to mark here. Then in experimental group, what is the uh, uh, given drug and comparator? For in hypertension example, experimental is sarpaganda related medicines. Comparator maybe amlod, any standard treatment. So like that given in that particular paper, whether in the first paper, selected first paper, if they mentioned sarpaganda capsule, then the intervention is sarpaganda capsule. They are, if they are comparing that with the amlodipine, then mention here amlodipine. So specify which outcome is being assessed for the risk of biases. Here systolic blood pressure I will mention. So for diastolic blood pressure, I will once again do the same thing, because here even though systolic blood pressure is single variable, it has measuring two numbers here, that is systolic and diabetic. That's why we have to do two times here. Specify numerical results. So this one we have to copy paste from the research paper. So here is the review team in for the result. The first one, generally we will click to assess the effect of assignment of intervention. Then here, which of the following source obtained to help from risk of bias assessment? So whatever resources you taken to do the risk of bias, so you can take here journal articles. Generally we took, and if you use protocol, if you taken protocol, then mark here. If you used any thesis, then you can mark. They also they have given the, whether if you used conference abstracts or unpublished thesis you have used, you have to mark here. Then these y, py, pn, and these are the y means yes, py means probably yes, pn means probably no, n means no, ni means no information. So this is about the ROB. So ROB assessment tool dividing in the 5 domains. Domain 1, the risk of bias arising from the randomization process. So this Cochrane specifically checks the biases, chances where biases may enter in the study. So there we are checking for the risk of biases. Why the name risk of bias here? Why not check for bias? Because uh, we did not able to claim the entire study was introduced the bias, or it is not at all biased. Even though the published paper we are taking from the different databases, we are checking only whether the risk is there in the research paper, whether it is not risk of bias tools is not giving the exact assurance this is biased and not biased. It is only telling how much risk is there in this particular study by completing these tools. So it is giving risk of bias. So how much risk is there for this particular paper or research paper? So that's why we are ensuring that one. Whether the allocation sequence is random, we have to check the research paper. Then what we have to check in methodology, if they have mentioned computer generated randomization, random number table is used, black randomization done. So if they mention this allocation sequence for the randomization, then so they have properly done. So then we have to mark it as a Y. Yes, they have mentioned Y. Y means in green means it is low risk. Then it we have to mention it as a Y. Yes, green one. Then was the allocation sequence concealed until the participant were enrolled and assigned to intervention? So that one, whether they have made the allocation concealed by using the opaque envelopes or central randomization or any other appropriate method for the this allocation concealed, then if you see in the paper, then you can mention as a Y. Yes, then it is means low risk. Then did baseline differences intervention suggest the problem with the randomization process? So we have to check for that in the papers. Baseline data what they have given, for example, age, gender, what is the initial enrolling, whether they are enrolled some patients with high blood, very high level of blood pressure, some patients are only borderline one, or some patient with very minimal elevated blood pressure. So that kind of basal difference we have to check, and we have to mention if the basal difference between intervention suggest a problem with the randomization process. So if they have done with that, then it is, we have to click here yes, so that is higher risk. So if they have not, baseline properties are not suggesting the randomization process difficult or problematic, then we will click the n. Then here n means given in the green color, that means green color indicates the low risk, and red color one indicates the high risk. Then like this we have to mention each and everything by seeing one every points. Then we have to give according to this grading. For first domain, so if this is also, if I write this is also yes, this is also no, then y means low risk, n means here n is in green section, so that is low risk. Risk of bias judgment, this is low risk. So this particular thing comes low risk. Because why? Both these questionnaires have comes under the low risk here. Here y comes under the green color, low risk. Here n comes under the green color, low risk. Both low risk, if you combine, the final risk of judgment for the domain 1 is low risk. So like this, each and every domain we will do with the low risk first domain. Then for domain 2, we have to check whether where the participant aware of their assigned intervention during the trial. So how we can see the here, whether they have mentioned double blinded, then double blinded here intervention and participants are blinded. So yes, here the question was where participant aware of the assigned intervention during trial. No, if they are mentioned double blinded, then the participant are not aware about that group, because then we have to mention no means low group. How we should came to know the participant does not know about intervention? If study mentions double blind, then we will click no. If study mentions no blinding, then there is a chance of knowing the intervention during the which drug, which one I am getting. So then it comes the why. Yes, they know initially only. So then which people are getting which drug. So if come to know, then it comes under the high risk. So like that, one by one, we have to mention for domain 2 also. We will give the some low risk or medium risk. So then domain 3 we will come. Then domain 4 also we will feel. So for each domain they have given risk of bias in the selection of the report results. They are ensuring whether given results are truthworthy or not. They have mentioned 5 domain risk of bias in measurement of the outcome. If you see the questions, they are cross verifying the methods or reporting the results in the paper. So ROB. So this is about filling the ROB. I am showing only one tool, that is ROB2 for randomized clinical trials. Once you filled this particular paper, this particular one for things for the one paper, one research paper. So like this, if we have to do for the all 23 papers in our studies. Then after this, what I will do, once again what I will do, I have file with me all the studies, domain 1 low risk, domain 2 high risk. So like this I will create one Excel sheet according to this tool. Then what I will do, I will click here Probius visualization tool. So this kind of visualization you are seeing in many research paper. So risk of bias domains. So it will be created by the softwares, that is Cochrane Reviewer Manager, but that is the paid one. But here freely we can do with the simple thing. So here you click go to the obvious visualization tool. Then So here I will click ROB20 data set. So it is downloading ROB2 data set. It is opening. So here study 1, study 2, study 3, study 4. So you can give the first author and year as we already extracted the name and other thing. You have to uh, give the that particular study ID or even study ID 1, 2, 3 also mentioned. But generally we are taking first author and year. Then you have to change here. For example, study 1 I have taken Ajay 222. I'm just giving some random names. So like this, it may happen. So you can give the study names, whatever we given. So like this. So then for this particular paper, D1 we have measured by just now I have shown D1. So low risk is there. Then I will keep, I have data, each and individual data for single paper. I will see that particular ROB tool. For this study, what I have mentioned in the domain 1. So if I mentioned low risk, then I will click here low risk. Then domain 2 also, if I have low risk there, then I will keep low risk here. For domain 3, consider if I mentioned there high risk, I will give the high. Then domain 4 low, domain 5 high. Then if overall, what overall bias, how if 3 are low, uh, 2 are high, so I will see some concerns, some kernel concerns is there. So I will some concerns. So like this I will do. So some concern, and here for this particular Devansh paper, D1 is not D1 I have written as some concern, but D2 low risk. So each and individual paper will vary among these 5 domains. So then if we enter this data in this particular Excel, and we will download this one, download, and we will keep it in the our system. Then to create this visualization tool, then I will click here upload data. Then I will choose ROB2 because that is for our RCT. Then I will click here browse. Now only I have this downloaded this tool. I have mentioned each domain for each study. For example, Ajay low. So just I have modified two only. So then, so my data contains overall column. See this one. Then if you click here, so why it is taking Robinson's to browse sample. So this particular thing, it is showing identified warning invalid judgment. At least one cell contains an inappropriate level of judgment for the ROB tool. The relevant cells are marked red in the table. Accessible levels of judgment are high, some cursors are low. So I have made some mistakes maybe here. So I will correct that one. So in detail, we have to go with instruction. Just for demo, I am doing So that's why it may taking. So I will browse another file I have also made for example. So I will upload that one. So can you see here? Then if you click here, generate plots, it will generate the this kind of plots. So even if you want this one, this plot is also you can create freely from the this ROB. Then you can click here download plot. You can download and you can give in the research paper publication. So many paper have many mm, papers will use these two diagrams. I will show here. Can you see this one? Effectiveness and safety of the Ayurvedic intervention in essential hypertension, systemic review, and meta-analysis. So, risk of bias, the risk of for first one data extraction. What they have mentioned after the eliminating duplicate records, title abstracts from the database search results, we screen remaining search items through comprehensive examination of relevant abstraction accordance with the inclusion and exclusion criteria. The screening and full text reviews are conducted independently in the duplicate by two researchers. So these two researchers, SD and KC, they have mentioned short forms of their name, and the decision were finalized through consensus among all the authors. So then risk of bias, what they have done, the risk of bias was assessed according to the Cochrane's handbook for systematic review. For intervention, uh, they have used this one allocation replacement and blinding, everything they have assessed. Risk of bias summary, risk of bias gap they have mentioned. So they have mentioned Cochrane's handbook of systematic review. So these ROB tools are from the Cochrane's only, Cochrane's organization, they have mentioned that one. And they have in, so this is data extraction form. What are the information they have included? Authors here, samples, age. So what is needed for them, they have mentioned in the data extraction form. So like this also we can check previous published one. If the data extraction things, if is more relevant for us, we can take that one also. So can you see here this particular chart or a graph, risk of bias items we have downloaded. We have same thing, this risk of bias items we are done just now only, so we can provide these diagrams for the publishers. So risk of bias for from 10 RCTs. So they have included all RCT and non-RCTs also, but risk of bias done for the uh, this 10 RCTs. Then why? Because they are included those 10 articles in the meta-analysis. Then for observational studies, uh, what they have done, can you see here one point? Can you see here? Based on the risk of bias judgment, what they have given here, randomization process, what they have given here, the 10 studies included in the assessment had no baseline differences between the intervention group as a sign of good randomization. But however, all studies lack the allocation concealment. So these things only we have seen in the risk of bias tool. So then this particular trial was the only one with the low risk of bias. So among 10, the trial reported by Sobin et al., this particular paper was the only one with the low risk of bias. If you see the Sabin's, can you see here? Overall, this is green color is low risk of bias. So all other studies, Daniel, it has some concerns. So this Surendra has some concerns. So all are overall they have some concerns. Yellow color only. Sobeni and this particular report or paper has the low risk. They have mentioned that one in the this here. So trial reported by Sobinian was only as the low risk of bias. So this is about risk of bias, data extraction, concept of systematic review and meta-analysis. I hope I have made more clear about this concept and doing the practically also, because this is most needed. I am not covering all the other things, only essential part, practical part in this particular workshop. So this is about today's session. If you have any doubt, you can ask anytime. So you can also practice yourself, and you can uh, understand how these softwares will work in the systematic review and meta-analysis. Tomorrow we will discuss about the meta-analysis. So meta-analysis is the again the broader topic. So what I have planned, the basic fundamental concepts we should know for the meta-analysis. So I will discuss that. Once we know that one, we may understand different softwares later on, because many softwares come with the paid one. Even we will not explore all the softwares in day-to-day practice. So I am using the free software Jamovi. I will show in the Jamovi as much as possible. So Revoman initially initial days or previous some years it is free. Those who have downloaded and have the desktop version they are using, but now the that Revoman manager is paid version. The Cochrane members are the accessible, or if you want we can pay for that one, but I am not having that account, so I am not explore that one. Even some free portions we can use, but still I will restrict myself with Jamovi as I have convenient and explore. Even R is a free software, but that is very coding part is there. We are not that much familiar with coding, but in SPSS also after the 24th version we can do, but once again that is paid version. Even I have not explored because of that. So I will show Jamovi how much is possible later on in further advancement session. If you collaborate with any other expert in future, if you doing any work, then we will go with the paid version. So this is all about today's session. So we will end today's session here, and we will meet tomorrow. Tomorrow is the uh, meta-analysis part we will cover, and we will conclude this particular workshop tomorrow. But the group will be remain, and doubts will be discussed in the group. So thank you once again for joining this session. Good night. We
Thank
will
you,
meet
sir.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.